introduction. You know, I thought they would change the speaker. They were going to introduce me. But nevertheless, here I am. Today I got a nice presentation for you. Laws of life and business. Now, these laws will apply obviously to business that you do, but also to the everyday life. So hopefully you'll see the connection between, and you can use these ideas for your business. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So the first thing I wanted to talk is about leadership. Now, leadership is really important in this business, as you can imagine. And being a leader is a challenge to become more than mediocre. So you need to become something more, you know. And in order to achieve things you've never had in life, you'll have to become somebody you've never been. So you have to step up to this new level and this new dimension. And this new dimension has two things. It has the opportunity, which is really, really big, but it also has responsibility. So that is so important not to forget that with every opportunity there comes a responsibility. And there's few things as a leader that you have to be. You have to become strong but not rude. You have to learn to be bold but not a bully. You have to seize the opportunity but not to be pushy about it. Leadership is by invitation and not by threat, aggravation or intimidation. It is so important to understand that you are inviting people. We are not in a convincing business, we are in inviting business. And leadership by inspiration, to inspire your team members, to inspire your colleagues to move on, to go to the next level, to try and reach something that they never thought they could do. And being kind but not weak, it's so important. Being thoughtful but not lazy, it's so important. You have to think what the business will do for you, what you will do for your team members, but don't become lazy. Being humble and not timid. And most importantly, as a leader, you have to be proud without being arrogant. You know how Jim Rohn says? He says arrogance is a childish attempt to make up for lack of self-worth. And arrogance from ignorance is the worst kind of all. Now what Jim Rohn says? He says if a person is smart and arrogant, we can take that. But if a person is dumb and arrogant, it's just hard to take. So at all times, do try and be proud of what you do. Be proud of what you achieved, but never, never, never become arrogant. So the first law I wanted to talk to you today about is the law of sowing and reaping. It is so, so important, and some of you might have heard of this law already from somewhere. And what it says that when you sow, you reap. And it is applying to your business 100% of the time. However, to deserve the harvest, you must plant the seed and take care of it. Now, if you sow good, you reap good too. Now, you can't reap flowers if you sow wheat. So sometimes it doesn't work at all. You know, we have the story of a farmer who sows the seed and takes care of it, looks after it throughout the summer, but in autumn a massive hailstorm comes and kills it basically. And there's nothing to harvest. Now this farmer has two choices. He has a choice of saying, I give up, this doesn't work for me, this whole sowing and reaping business doesn't really work. I did sow but I couldn't reap, so I scrapped this whole idea and I'm never going to do that again. Or he can start fresh the next year. Exactly the same in your business. You will come to situations where you're not going to reap anything. You will sow, you will look after that seed, you will look after that team member, and then something will happen. And they quit, for example. Now you have two choices, give up or carry on sowing the seed. So, more often than not, you do reap what you sow. And obviously there is no guarantee, but more often than not, are better odds than Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. So it's better to sow. Okay? So, as the story goes, it says, behold, there went out a sower to sow the seed. Now, there's two conditions here. First, he had an excellent seed, a good story to tell, or an excellent product to show. Now, we know that in this company, do we have an excellent story? Do we have a fantastic product? Yes. So that, we can tick it off. The second condition, that the sower was very, very ambitious. Now, who in here is ambitious?
Yes.
No. Fantastic. So in order for you to achieve something, you have to be ambitious. You have to strive for it. So, as the story goes, it says that it came to pass, and as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds of the air came and took it. Now, this will happen too. You see, if you invite somebody to the meeting, and they don't turn up, what do you think happened to them? The birds got them, right? Okay. And who are these birds? These are the people that we call dream stealers. The husband, the wife, the mother-in-law, the people that do love you, but they will talk you out of the business. They will talk your prospects out of the business. And you cannot stop that. What can you do about it? Absolutely nothing. What you should do is keep sowing the seed. Sow more than the birds can get. Depend on the law of averages. Not trying to fix every problem, but sowing the seed, sharing the good idea, sharing the good business idea, sharing the fantastic product, more than the birds can get. Okay, and the story carries on and says that some fell on the stony ground, where they hadn't had much earth, and immediately sprang up. But because it had no depth of earth, as soon as the sun came up, it scorched, and withered and died because it had no roots. Now this will happen too. Some of your team members will start the business, but they will have no knowledge, no experience behind them, no product experience behind them. And what will happen, they'll go maybe to work the first day, take out the little sample kit, pull out the sample, put on the hand, and somebody will say, boom! And that's it. They quit the business next day. Because they have no experience, because they have no knowledge, anybody tells them any comment, whether negative or positive, they will believe it, because they haven't experienced it themselves. And this is so important. So, the hot weather will get some, definitely. But what we do, we keep sowing. And then it says that some fell among the thorns. And the thorns grew up and choked it to death, and it died. Now the thorns will get some too. You see, thorns are all the little cares of life. All the little duties, little distractions. You invite John to the meeting and he doesn't come. And you call John tomorrow, you say, John, what happened? Why didn't you come to my meeting? And John says, well, you see, the door of the cupboard got loose. And you can't just let your house fall apart, so I couldn't come to the meeting and had to fix it. You invite Mary to the meeting and Mary doesn't turn up. She says, oh, but extra piled up of trash at my garage. You can't just let all of your house to taken over by the rubbish. So she couldn't come to the meeting. So people let little things cheat them out of big opportunities. What we can do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing, exactly. It's a little heartbreaking to watch, but there's nothing we can do about it. Now, by this time, you might be saying, look, how much of this stuff can we take? It's all bad, 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 right? But I promise you this, that some will fall on good ground. It will always fall on good ground. You see, if you keep sharing a good idea, it will someday fall on good ground, on productive ground, on receptive ground, on decision-making ground. And this is exactly what we're looking for. This is what we want to do. And as it falls on good ground, it says that it yields fruit and springs up and increases and brings 30%, 40%, 60%, 100%. What are some of you will want to do? You'll say, I want everybody to bring 100%. I don't want anybody to be bringing 30%. I want everybody to be 100% team members, right? Well, you cannot do that. Everybody is different. Everybody have different ambitions. You see, you cannot change it. You have to take it as it comes. You see, when I first started, I said I'll make them to do 100% even if it kills me. I nearly died. This is what it takes, boys and girls. You see, you just have to take it as it comes. It's like seasons. You can't say I'll have 2 summers, a spring and an autumn. You just have to take it as it comes. You cannot change it. Okay. You see, the next law I want to talk to you is the law of averages. And the law of averages is as important as the law of sowing and reaping, because it says if you do something often enough, you will get to the ratio of results. And if you understand this law, everything will be fine. I can promise you that. You see, what happens is that once you understand that, the world is yours. In sales, you get started, you talk to 10, you get 1. You talk to 10, you get 1. That's the beginning of the ratio. Once it starts, it tends to continue. So that is good too. And you see, in baseball, they call this a batting average. And in baseball, nobody bats 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. In baseball, if you bat 3 out of 10 or 300 out of 1,000, you're on $5 million a year. That's not too bad. So, if you understand that, that's it. You can start competing with others. You talk to 10, you get 1 team member. You talk to 10, get team member. You know, if you talk to 10, get 1, that's okay. If you talk to 10, get 2, that's good. If you talk to 10, get 3, that's super good. You'll see that your business starts growing, and this is what we want. Now, what I lack in skill, I make up in numbers. It is so important to understand it. If I'm new, I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. So when my skill increases, I don't need to talk to 100 to get 10. I have to talk to a lot less people. But you have to start this somewhere. And the law of average can be increased. And this is so exciting. The more people you'll talk to, the better you become, the more results you'll get, the easier that the business will become for you. So, the inevitable erosion of life says that there is always going to be more freshmen than seniors. You see, not everybody who started will finish. Some will plant in the summer and never come back to reap in the autumn. Now, I don't think that Irene's sponsor, who quit the business, have ever knew that Irene became a diamond orchid. And this is how we know that some people will plant in the summer and never come back in the autumn. So if you want a lot of graduating seniors, you must be loading the freshman class. If there's one thing you take away today, is this. If you want more leaders in your business, you have to be loading the class and teaching new people, bringing new people in the business. One of the biggest mistakes that people make in this business, they say, I have few team members, all I need to do now is work with them, help them to grow their teams. This is wrong idea. You have to work with your team members and help them to grow their teams, but at the same time, you need to be loading the freshman class. Because new people not only will make your business bigger, they will make your existing people more motivated. This is how this business works, boys and girls. Okay. So, in the law of averages, we have this old rule of 80-20 that says that 20% of people in your team will do 80% of the business, and the other 80% will only do 20%. Now, it's something you don't try to change or rearrange. It's part of the deal. So if you're thinking, no, I want everybody to do 100%, I wouldn't sign up for that class. So if you do something, you need to work with it, and then you'll understand it. Now, this applies very much to time management. You see, you can only give 20% of your time to those 80% that do very little, and you have to give 80% of your time to those 20% that do the most. What is the answer then? The answer is work one by one with those 20% and work in groups with those 80%. The pull is always the other way, obviously. The people who do the least, they want most of your time. However, you have to be confident and you have to be strategic about it. You have to spend most time with the people that want to work. You have to spend most time with the people that want to do the business. You cannot concentrate on convincing, preaching, converting. This is not what we do. We sort. We help people that want help, and we can't help those that don't. Okay. The last law I'd like to talk to you today is the law of faith. Now, faith is essential in this business. Why? Because faith helps us to see things before they happen. Now, it's vital in this business. You know, when you first start, you're fresh, you have to see things before they happen. You have to see that Mercedes. You have to see that diamond orchid level. You have to see the next level up. You know, when Birute and Ian stuck that Mercedes picture to the fridge, they had to see it happen before it happened. This is so important, to see things before it happens. So, Faith can turn difficulty in reality and into positive reality. Faith is the ability to see things as it is. It doesn't ignore the negative, it uses this negative. If everything was okay, why would you need faith in the first place? But don't see it worse than it is. Faith sees it better than it is. Could you see beyond the mess? See the tomorrow. When you first start, things get a little bit overwhelming. You think about all the things you need to learn, all the things you need to do before you can get to the results you want. But you have to see beyond that. You have to see beyond that. Dream the dreams, plan, visualize, use imagination, vision boards, goals, in order for you to take you through that process, to that beginning. Faith makes it better than it is. Faith must be invested into muscle. You see, if you invest faith into action, you can take any situation and make it better. This is how this business works. It is good to visualize and see things, but then you have to put it into action. If you forget that step, all is for nothing. Faith doesn't see it more than it can become. So there's a thin line between faith and falling. You know, it's great to see yourself as a millionaire, but not overnight. You know, so forget about selling big business benefits with small business efforts. Don't say to people that you'll sell one bottle a month and you'll become a diamond ogre. That will never happen. If you sell one bottle a month, that's the results you're going to have. If you want to become a diamond, you need to do a lot more than that. So don't sell big business benefits with small business efforts. You see, plenty is possible without being foolish. It might be worse than you first see, but look underneath the surface. You know, everything is possible. Yes, you will get some no's. Yes, you will get some rejections. I can guarantee you that. You know, who in this room got rejections already? Okay, pretty much everybody. The rest who didn't put their hands up, you haven't spoken to anybody yet. The fact is that everybody will get no's, and that's okay too. This is part of the business. You see, if everybody wanted this business, if everybody wanted this product, Anita wouldn't need us in the first place. So that's what this business is all about. But it could be far more in the future than you can first see. I'm sure Irina, 6 years ago, she could not imagine a team of 30,000 people, a C-Class Mercedes, an E-Class Mercedes, £16,000 a month, etc. Things like that. People cannot imagine that to begin with, but that comes. It's reality, boys and girls. Okay. Working with people. As it happens in this business, we have to do that. We have to work with people. And we have to learn how to work with people who deserve it and not who need it. It is very, very important distinction. People that deserve you working with them, and there are people that need you working with them. You need money, yeah? Or do you deserve it? You know, very often I say, if a person is poor, there's a reason behind that. There's a reason why they're poor in the first place. You need to take this step if you want the help. Teaching people how to deserve it will start to accelerate their self-esteem. You see, what I say to my people, you take the step, I take the step. You pull away, I pull away. I will never do the business for you. I'll do it with you. So, when you teach people to build a self-esteem, self-esteem leads to action. Action leads to progress. Progress leads to fortune. And this is what we are here for. Don't expect an apple tree to give pears. Let them do whatever they can do. You can't change people, but they can change themselves. The best you can do is inspire and hope. And finally, you have to reward them and recognize their achievements. It is so important. So, today I can confidently say that I'm a wealthy man. Not because of the money, not because of the numbers in my bank account, but because of other things. Firstly, because of my heritage. I was blessed by parents, by the country that I live in, by books that I've read, by courts, airplanes, telephones, all the things that I didn't have to invent, or didn't have to make, that were available to me already. I'm wealthy because of my experiences. It is a wealth and commodity what you experience, and use your experiences. In this business, your experience is more expensive than gold. Your experience of the product, your experience of team building, your experience of working with your team members is better than anything else. It is invaluable. Use that and share it with your team members. I'm wealthy because of my friends, my support system. You know, all of these guys that looked after me and still do all the time, helping me to move on, you know, step by step, step by step. This is more important than anything else. I'm wealthy because of the knowledge. Those who pass the knowledge on to me, maybe to see things that work, to see things that doesn't work, to see things before they happen, before others see. Ask for this awareness. Finally, I'm wealthy because of the future, because of all the good things that await me, all the good things that I can achieve and I can make possible. All you need to do that, to achieve the things you want, is decide that you really, really want them. So, finally, I'd like to leave you with a challenge. Who's up for a challenge? Okay. Let's have a look. The first one, let others lead small lives, but not you. Let your life not just be acceptable, but memorable. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others waste the valuable resources, but not you. And finally, learn to help people with their lives and not with just their jobs. You see, if you work on your gifts, you will guarantee a place for yourself in life. This is it, boys and girls. Thank you very much.